The World Baseball Classic just kicked off. Who do you have winning it all?
I'm gonna go with the Dominican Republic.
Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Daniel Federico Show with Nick Tazio, the final episode of the week. We've done it, Nick. The first week in show history, we've finished it. We completed it. Two massive trades in the National Football League happened today and yesterday, which started off with the one that happened first. Trent McDuffie is going to be a Los Angeles Ram. The Los Angeles Rams trade for Trent McDuffie. They send their first round pick, their fifth round pick, their sixth round pick, and their 2027 third round pick to Kansas City. I'm going to hit on this a little bit, and then I'm going to ask you your thoughts about this. I
Yep.
absolutely love this trade for the Los Angeles Rams. You know, I don't love it so much for the Kansas City Chiefs, but they do have two first-round picks now, the 9th overall pick and the 29th overall pick. But why I love it a lot more for the Los Angeles Rams is because this could be Matthew Stafford's final year we see him in playing in the National Football League, potentially. You know, when quarterbacks are aging, we always have this conversation. What if this is the last season for Matthew Stafford? He's coming off of an MVP season. They're going all in, and they just upgraded at the cornerback position, bringing in McDuffie. Perfect deal for the Los Angeles Rams. They're going all in for Matthew Stafford to give him one more ring or at least one more chance at the Super Bowl to see if he can get another ring. Beautiful trade. I gotta ask you this question before you go into the trade. McDuffie coming in with 1 year left on his current deal. They're gonna extend him, right?
I mean, kind of depends on yeah, they're gonna pick up the option. That's kind of why I think the Chiefs let him go, is because his fifth year option is a little too expensive for what they were thinking. And yeah, I think in terms of a long-term extension, a lot depends on what he shows in 2026.
What do you think about that trade overall?
Well, I actually have a differing opinion. I think the Chiefs benefited on this one. So I think I'm looking at it from like a clean slate approach. And the Chiefs obviously missed the playoffs this year, and that is something that hasn't happened in a while. And it's pretty massive for the state of the AFC for that to have happened. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL, but they were out of it long before that. Let's be real. Um, to me, this kind of makes me feel like, they are letting go of a number of free agents this year, a number of players from the 2022-2023 draft eras are going to be let go of, because these are the guys who are currently asking for their fifth year options to be exercised. And the Chiefs picked up. I think personally, the Rams overpaid in this trade. I'm not sure if Trent McDuffie is a first round corner. And Sauce Gardner, people can say, well, Sauce Gardner netted two first round picks, but Sauce Gardner is a better player than Trent McDuffie. Like, he has shown more consistently that he's a better player. Trent McDuffie is a first team All Pro, but that was what, in 2023. So, I think the Chiefs getting an extra first rounder this year helps a lot. And they can use that 29th pick to take a corner, which is what I think they're going to do. And again, like, the top free agent corner in this class is probably going to be Alontae Taylor from New Orleans. He's not anything like your Trent McDuffie or anything up to that caliber of corner. So the Chiefs are probably going to go for in the draft. And I actually have a number of names. So,
Let's hear them.
well, I think the big one is Mansour Delane, but for him to fall to 29 would be a pretty big fall. I
Especially
think
with the teams that cornerback need right before them.
Well, I think the Cowboys are going to take him. I think he's going to go to the Cowboys. Um, and if he falls further than that, there's probably going to be a team in between 12 and 29 that will pick him up. But I think the player that really would fit Kansas City's approach is Jermod McCoy from Tennessee. He didn't play at all last year, but in 2024 he was really, really good. And then you have Avion Terrell from Clemson, who's the younger brother of AJ Terrell, the current CB1 in Atlanta. So I think they should go McCoy. Obviously, this depends on a number of things. We're still a far ways out from the draft, and a number of trades could happen.
Almost a month and what are we, 45 days away from the draft? Maybe a little
Once the
longer.
draft isn't the draft the end of April or is it the beginning?
I can't remember. I want to say it is probably the end. It has to be. I think it's the 24th.
So we're a little bit yeah, we're more than
Yeah, we're a lot more. But yeah, the draft would say a month and some change.
yeah.
Out. Lots have happened. Pro days still had to happen. Free agency hasn't even opened up yet. It
Yeah, this
opens
is
up
all
March 11th.
premature.
What's up?
No, I was gonna say this is just all premature.
Yeah, this is all just, thoughts. But I do think this is going to benefit both teams. I think it really caps that cornerback position in Los Angeles. And it really, especially with that offensive firepower with Matthew Stafford coming off of MVP season, Kyron Williams, and the crew over there in the running back room, and Devontae Adams, what a red zone threat he was this year for Matthew Stafford. And Puka Nacua playing on an all-time high and a pretty solid, solidified offensive line over there in Los Angeles Rams. But that defense is still scary. That defense is one of the best defenses in the league. And I think Trent McDuffie is really going to help out, especially in a young cornerback room with the average age being 25 years old in that cornerback or in that defensive back department. I think it's honestly a solid trade for both teams. The Rams still have a first-round draft pick, the 13th overall pick via the Atlanta Falcons. So they could use that. I don't know what direction they're going to go in with that 13th overall pick. But then the Kansas City Chiefs have now two, the 9th overall pick and the 29th overall pick. I think solid trade overall. But there was another trade that happened today, a massive one. For your Buffalo Bills, DJ Moore is getting shipped off to the Buffalo Bills. The Bills will get DJ Moore and a 5th-round pick, and the Chicago Bears will get a 2026 second-round pick. I'm going to talk about my thoughts on this trade,
Yep.
and then we'll go right to you because you're a Bills fan, and actually, no, you're a Seahawks fan. I got
Well,
that.
I go halvesies because I'm a Seahawk, not Seahawk. Bills ticket older. For
Yeah,
you.
Bills ticket. That's what got me a little messed up for a second. But my apologies.
No worries.
But let's talk about this. Josh Allen finally gets his number one target, brand new number one target in DJ Moore. DJ Moore did not have the year that he wanted this year. We all thought there was rumors that he was going to get traded even last season, and then now he does get traded into this offseason. Honestly, fresh start for DJ Moore. I think that's exactly what he needed. He did not fit comfortably in Ben Johnson's system. Joe Brady loves him. Let's see what he can do. New stadium, new Buffalo Bills, receiver one, new era in Buffalo. DJ Moore and head coach Brady. I think his scheme is going to fit DJ Moore a lot better. We could be seeing 2023 DJ Moore potentially not to the 1,300 yards, but I think 1,000 yards is what he can easily do, and it just adds another weapon for Josh Allen with Shakir still there. Hopefully, Keon Coleman can play up to his standards. That's why they drafted him 2 years ago. Let's see if he can play up to his standards like he did at Florida State and his stint in Michigan State. They also had Josh Palmer there. He was very underwhelming this season. I got to ask you this question. Do they bring back Brandon Cooks still? Is that a thought process over there in Buffalo just to have Brandon Cooks, Shakir, and DJ Moore? Because I think those are beautiful. That's a beautiful receiving core right there. Because I think Brandon Cooks played amazingly with this offense this past season, and they also still have James Cook, Dalton Kincaid. This offense, I think you could see a pretty scary offense if Brandon Cooks resigns. And my question to you is, I'm going to reinstate it again: are they out on Brandon Cooks? Or are they in on Brandon Cooks?
Probably, it's probably a thought going around, but they're probably out, I would say, like just in general, just because of his age. I think they're going to probably try for one in the draft. And a lot, and looking at this draft, you have your big three of receivers, and then after that, there's like a slight dip in potential. And your big three are obviously, Carnell Tate, Mekhi Lemon, and then who's the other one? I just blanked for a second. Jordan Tyson.
Arnold, yeah. Oh, yep. Jordan Tyson.
Jordan Tyson. But Tyson,
Denzel Boston's still there too. He's a terrific receiver in this draft.
yeah, but he's not as good as those three.
Yeah.
So I think you look at that, and then you got Boston, and then there's a few other guys that they can go for.
So you're saying they go in the draft to get another receiver?
I think
They use that in the first round. They use that in their first round.
I mean, I think they're definitely going to go something to that course, just because that's what the fans have been complaining about, and that's what everybody has been complaining about for a couple seasons now. And so either this front office regime is just not willing to listen or to realize its faults, which are blatant on live television, like that. Either they're not willing to do that, or they're going to actually make a play for a receiver in the draft. That's
What I gotta say to Buffalo Bills fans though, they're all pumped up for it. I've been seeing the reactions on the social medias about this DJ Moore sign.
I'm not as pumped up.
What's up?
Not as pumped up though.
I think they can't be fooled by the season he just had this year. He did not fit in that system well, especially at Dunes. They played great. Luther Burton stepped up. Well, both of those receivers stepped up this year, so it wasn't really surrounded by DJ Moore and that Chicago Bears offense. So I think he was still probably the top target there, top dog for sure, but it just didn't surround him. That Bears offense for the first time since probably 2023, that offense did not surround DJ Moore. And so I think there's no cause of concern for the season that he had this year. Only 682 yards and 6 touchdowns, and he was a solid deep threat for Caleb Williams. I just think my message is to Buffalo Bills fans is I think you guys got a great receiver in DJ Moore. But let's say he does become very underwhelming for Buffalo. Okay. See, now that would just suck. That would just straight up suck because you need a receiver one. On paper, he is a receiver one. He's a pretty solid deep threat receiver two, and him paired up with Josh Allen, I think it's going to be terrific. But he's in a type of offense that really shares the wealth. You have a great, you have all these receivers. Everyone eats. Everyone eats on this Buffalo Bills team, and he's just going to be another guy that will eat. But I think he's going to eat up a lot more targets, and I think he's going to be terrific with Josh Allen. So I think with his year he's coming off of, I think there's no cause of concern for Buffalo Bills fans.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, I think his potential is there. I would have liked him to be a little bit more consistent in his career up to this point. But I don't think the Bills are done either. I think this is just the start of what they're going to try to do. Because if this regime is really serious about winning anything, they're going to quickly realize, how fast the Patriots turn things around and are now the top dogs in the AFC East yet again. So I don't think the Bills are done. I don't think the Bills are done, but I think this is a great addition. I don't know if by the start of the season, week 1, that he will be the number 1 for Buffalo, but I can guarantee you that he will be a massive, massive focal point of their offensive game plan going forward, because he's very improvisational. He can just kind of pull things out of his back pocket, and you can put him in the run game. We saw him in the run game this year with Chicago a few times, and he's also a really good screen guy. He's quick enough to get. He's quick off that first step. He's got good speed and good size. So I think this is a really good addition. We haven't
Okay.
had a 1,000-yard guy since 2023. So,
Stephon Diggs was that Stephon Diggs' year?
yeah, because that was his last year. That was the last of his 4 seasons with us.
Um, one con for me, like if we talked about a lot of pros
Yeah.
for DJ Moore. My one con is he's lazy at times. He's lazy at times in his route running, just in his body language. He's lazy at times. I think he just wanted out of Chicago. I think it was blatant by the way his body language sucked at times. His route running, it was he couldn't at some points he couldn't even create separation. That's probably because it was the route running was pretty lazy at times. But I wouldn't look too much into that just because I honestly don't think he liked playing in that system over there in Chicago. But do you have any cons for DJ Moore with the Chicago with the coming to Buffalo?
Just consistency. Like, would have liked him to have been a bit more consistent, as I've said, in his career. But I think that his spirits will turn around because this is by far the best quarterback he's ever played with.
Yeah, he goes from Caleb Williams, pretty solid the year he had there, but he's going to
Josh
play with
Allen.
but yeah, he's going to play with Superman, dude. He's going to
Yeah.
play with Josh Allen and hopefully Josh Allen can finally, be confident in his receivers and not try to do it all himself. You know what I mean? And not try to
Yeah.
force 1,000 throws or try to make that like you know what I mean? Like hopefully it makes Josh Allen more relaxed, especially when it comes playoff time, because obviously, we've seen in that Denver Broncos game, he's just trying to do a little bit too much and it results into a turnover. Well, we saw that all playoffs with him and his turnover troubles. I think adding DJ Moore, like you said, good improviser. Josh Allen is a fantastic one of those too. And him and DJ Moore, I think if once they get on the same page after training camp, they're on the same page. I hope Josh Allen will be a lot more relaxed. Trust him, and I think you can see I think you can see a fantastic year out of Josh Allen also this year.
Yeah, I hope so. Just because if not, it'll just be another year wasted up in Western New York.
Did you re-up your season tickets?
No, because the new
Yeah,
season.
that's what I was about to ask you. How much are those prices for the new stadium? Are
Uh,
you allowed to say that? Is that a confidential thing or not? You can say that, right?
no, I can say it. I mean, like, it's complicated to be honest, because, and I don't know the full scope of things, folks. You can't get me confused with the math guy. I'm not a number. So yeah. We were at a game this year and we met a guy who was also a season ticket holder, but he'd been one for like 30 years. But I think he was saying that I don't know, it was freaking cold, but he had bid one since whatever, something happened where something where the stadium rights changed or whatever, or they moved it. No, that's what he was saying. I think they moved it. I don't know, but like moved it just across like the street or something like that. But yeah, the new season tickets are, you have to technically invest like a certain chunk. So it's like 20 to 30,000 that you have to pay just to, there's only one way you pay for season tickets. You don't just pay like individually for the upcoming year. I think they're trying to lock people in for a certain amount of years. And so that's why it's a lot of money up front. But yeah, I mean, I know
Expensive.
yeah, it's expensive. I know also when I was at a game, there were issues with the new stadium. The fact that the power hadn't even been turned on. Apparently, the power for that stadium. This is an electrician lesson for everyone, and I'm not an electrician.
Let's hear it.
Oh, apparently the power takes something like 2 or 3 months just to turn on,
Oh, I did not know that. That's crazy.
and there wasn't a roof on the thing. So, and this was um November, back in November. So we're in March now, and I'm not saying like we obviously just the Super Bowl just ended. We're quite a long ways away from the new
Yeah,
season.
it'll be
So,
ready. I think well, I haven't seen any updates on the stadium in in a long time. But man, it
Graffiti in
looks
there too. I saw that there's a report. There's a lot of graffiti, like just on the insides. Somebody broke in and just.
really someone broke into the new stadium.
Yeah, I think if you look that up right now, I could be wrong, but it could have been a fake report. But somebody broke in, I think.
They're just drawing, penises on the walls of the
Very,
Buffalo.
very obscene imagery. That's the words they were using.
That's hilarious. Oh, that sucks actually for Buffalo, but no, I thought I'll for sure be ready um by kickoff. But let's go to some free agency news. Um, Stephon Diggs out of New England after 1 year, 85 catches, 1,000 yards, 4 receiving touchdowns. He's out of New England. I really thought they were going to keep Stephon Diggs. I know he was expensive. What was he getting paid? 20 million something this year alone. Um,
Or cap hit.
yeah, he was a big cap hit. Stephon Diggs out of New England after 1 year. I honestly don't know where Stephon Diggs goes from here. Like, does he? Is he like? Obviously, he's coming off of that 1,000 yard season. But he barely just hit that. He had 1,013. Um, what do you think of some potential landing spots for Stephon Diggs? And do you think it's gonna be a big money splash, or do you think he's at the 5 million to 7 million signing range now?
I just looked it up right now to check his age. So he's 32,
Yeah.
and he had that ACL tear in Houston.
Yep.
And this is going to be his third team in 3 seasons. And I know him leaving New England is because they're just trying to save some money, but still, he's 32, and I really think it's just about what whoever is interested in him, what they perceive him to be for their upcoming season, like how he fits into their game plan. I think you're gonna be hard pressed to find a lot of teams, especially good teams, or even almost in that mid to elite tier. I think you're hard pressed to find a lot of those teams that are going to splurge on him. So to answer your question, I think it's going to be more in that, you know, 1 or 2 year deal, maybe a three, $5-10 million range.
Yeah, he's kind of in that range now. He's not a $20 million receiver anymore. He's not a I honestly would go he's not even a $10 million receiver anymore. I would say 9 million capped off. Maybe
Yeah.
actually no, let me retract that. That's sounding a little stupid coming out of my mouth. He is a $10 million receiver, probably capped at that. Nothing more.
Probably capped at 10. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I get a little nervous. I know he has 1,000 yards this year, but still, like,
But like he just randomly hit, like, he just barely hit that. And to be honest, I don't know how many games. How many games did he play this year? I don't think he played all 17.
I don't think he played all 17 either.
So like that's actually impressive. He still hit 1,000 yards if he didn't play all 17. Do you have it up on your computer right there?
Chip right down.
Because if he played all 17, like, okay, no, the 1,013 really isn't that much. But I don't think he played all 17 games.
Um, my computer's being slow. It's anticlimactic. Sorry.
Leaving us on the edge of our seats.
Yeah, literally leaving us on the edge of our seats. He played 17 games.
Okay, he did play all 17 games. Okay, so yeah,
Imagine if I told you that he didn't play 17 games and he had to wait 10 seconds just to be right.
yeah. Oh, dang it. But yeah, hitting the 1,013 mark. Where I think now is with the 1,000 yard receiver. This might sound stupid. It's still a 1,000 yard receiver, but with the extra game, it's 1,001 is the new 1,000 yard receiver. Like 1,100 is the new 1,000 yards
Yeah.
with the extra game. 16, you get 1,000 yards, you are listed as an elite. 17 games, that's the bare minimum to be a receiver 1,000 yards now. To be elite, 1,001 and more is what I consider elite receiver now. 1,100 plus.
Yeah, I agree. The extra game changes a lot of things. I mean, you have a lot of people like bringing into question these receiving records that are coming, close to being broken because there's an extra game. There's an extra few games than there were for the players who played back when, it was a 15, 16 game season. And now we're We're going to be at 18 games.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was about to actually ask you that. What's your thoughts on if they go to 18 games? 'Cause I find out it's a little too much.
It's
Like
over
the CFL plays 18 games right now. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and that's
And
crazy because there's like a far less teams.
yeah, far less. But I've seen like how much just 18 games can do on your body.
18
Great.
games is a lot, but when has the NFL ever showed that they care about player?
No, yeah, no, that's true. But like the players have to be all like, well, like to be honest, it's another game. It's another game being played. It's another paycheck. Having that's positive. But the cons are your body is breaking down. Usually athletes' bodies are breaking down after week like 11, 12.
Yeah,
Like basketball, not basketball, football. What am I talking about right now? Football. Football is the most demanding sport on your body of all time. And when you bring it in an extra game, that sucks. Because then you have to go through playoffs. Like, what if you're a wild card team? Like, it's just brutal, in my opinion. And they are going to put the 18th game in. And I wouldn't be surprised me if every single team is also playing international games within the next 5 years.
yeah, and they just keep adding various different locations. Like, I know we got Australia coming up this year, which is going to be such a strain.
What
Taking,
time would that game be on at Eastern time?
I don't know. I
Early
don't
in the
know.
morning, or would that be like I honestly because they're way ahead of us, right?
Yeah, I know. I was hearing somewhere that they are like 12 hours ahead of us, but I
Yeah,
just want to be
12 hours
sure.
ahead of us. What time could that be played at to be appropriate here on
Um,
Eastern Standard Time?
I mean,
Because like, what time is 7 o'clock? Like, I'm literally just trying to do.
so like
Yeah,
right now in Australia, okay, so right now, 8:30, it's 12:30 p.m. in Australia. So right now they could start an NFL game or 15 minutes before, which is usually when they do it at 8:15 or something like that.
dude.
This
Yeah,
would
yeah. So yeah, so it'd still be it'd be honestly still totally fine to have it here.
yeah, it would be fine
It'll just
having
have to be an afternoon kickoff over there.
it would just be probably hot as hell and the
Yeah,
plane.
but like that's probably the most appropriate way to do it.
Yeah, but the jet lag is going to kill the players, especially when they got to
They're
come back and play right after.
gonna dominate. Like, that jet lag is gonna be the 12th
Open
man.
rotation.
It's gonna be crazy. But like I was hearing that they want to play it at nighttime over there in Australia, and then probably try to put in the afternoon over here. But
That would be fine too. It
yeah,
would-
so like I honestly thought they were way ahead of us a lot by more, but only 12 hours. Yeah, like, dude, like right now, if they do a kickoff right now, it's 8:30 right now.
Well, I could watch
That's
football.
actually beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful.
I could watch football right now.
Yeah, I should totally watch football right now. I miss it. I can't wait for the UFL to kick
Yes.
off.
Do you miss just the audience? Here, we should put this like on socials or something. Do you miss football?
I think everyone's gonna miss football. I think that's gonna be a yes. If anybody says no, ridiculous,
Do you miss football right now, or are you like wanting a bit of a break?
dude. I could not. If football was like, because I'm not playing it. Football was an 82 game season, 12 months out of the year. I would absolutely love it. Like, I would absolutely love it. Dude, I've gotten so invested in these spring leagues and like the UFL starting in a couple weeks. I am so pumped up to watch that. Like, I've been a fan. Like, I think I'm starting to become a diehard fan of the St. Louis Battlehawks.
Are you? I was gonna say, like, what is the Battlehawks your UFL team?
Dude, I think the St. Louis Battlehawks are my team. I'm
Who's
also
your
pumped up for
quarterback?
this. I'm pumped up for the Stallions too because they have Canadian quarterback that just practiced today, Taylor Elgersma, on that team. He just joined the team for training camp today after throwing at the NFL Combine. But I think I gotta go with the St. Louis Battlehawks.
Is that the
James
one?
James Robinson just joined the Louisville Kings. If everybody remembers that guy's name.
James Robinson is Jacksonville Jaguars running back?
Yeah,
No
yeah,
way.
yeah. He's a Louisville King now. Benny Snell is also in the league. He's actually in the same running back room with James Robinson. Like, bro, this league has talent. And the greatest thing about this league, like, I think, if you look at it this way, it's literally all one season wonders or just players that just honestly couldn't crack an NFL roster. Obviously, that sounds so obvious out of my mouth. But like the way I'm trying to word it is I love watching the NFL for this storylines. Ex NFL stars, guys that are big in college but couldn't crack a roster in the National Football League and still trying to crack a roster. You're going to see a lot of talent on display in the UFL. And then when the UFL concludes, we got the Canadian Football League. Let's go Stampeders this year. Also, I'm a Hamilton Tiger Cats fan, but I'm a Calgary Stampeders fan for obvious reasons. But let's go both of those teams. Let's see if they could both go to the Grey Cup. But yeah, like dude, like football. What I love right now, it's a perfect. Oh, what I love right now is NFL offseason news. It's going to be going viral for the next since the season starts. Then we got the UFL. We always have some crazy UFL quarterback stories that happen within like the first week or two of the season. And then we got the Canadian Football League. And then when it's the summertime and people are really missing football, they start tuning into the Canadian Football League. But then we got training camp. And then we got the NFL and the CFL happening. CFL playoffs with the NFL regular season. Dude, we need one more week, or one more league of football to go from literally February to right now. And two, we could have football all year. And then and also another leagues that I'm excited for that I've been trying to get into is the European League of Football, the ELF.
European League of Football is sick.
Dude, it's unreal. But yo, there is some crazy stuff going on in European football right now. Well, not European soccer, European League of Football.
Oh,
Some teams are dividing out. Some teams are dividing out. New leagues are coming on the horizon. We have a bunch of new leagues in Europe right now. Elf still the top dog over there. The European League of Football. Elf still the top dog of European American football. And then there's another league that's happening literally this year. We have two leagues happening this year, like starting from the ground up, and then the Elf. European football, I can only watch the highlights because um not really on the same time zone of European football. So unless it's a soccer game, like I'll wake up and watch a soccer game, but I'll wait and watch the highlights of the Elf. But man, just getting in these leagues are crazy. We got some ballers that I totally forgot about. Like, dude, there's actually a couple some ex CFL players or coaches over there. Pretty sure Michael Sam. If you guys remember him in the National Football League,
man.
yeah, Michael Sam. He's a coach in Europe right now. He's actually going in his first year. Elf, the Elf.
Wow. I haven't heard the name Michael Sam in a bit. It's
I haven't
funny.
heard it since probably 2015.
Yeah, that's
Until
funny.
it popped up, like, bro, I'm tapped in, man. I'm tapped in on the Twitter. Tapped in with the Elf,
But Elf, if you had to pick a team,
dude. See the team that I was actually a fan of. I forget what team it was called. It was the Vikings, but I don't think they're a part of the Elf anymore. I think they went expanded to another league, and I forget what the league's name is. But there's a Vikings team. Are you googling it right now?
yeah, I'm Googling European football leagues and their teams.
European
And then I was gonna choose.
American football, because I'm pretty sure there's a team called the Vikings. Let me Google this too. Um, European League of Football. Hey Siri,
I think it's just one
European League of Football. What's up? What did you say?
I think it's just one league right now in Europe.
No, I've been tapped in on the Twitters. There's a couple leagues. So it's gonna be the main league is the European League of Football, ELF. Oh my God, Google work. Oh wait, what is going on? My data is just off, but my Wi-Fi is off too. What is boy technical difficulties over here?
Yeah, I'm gonna choose a favorite European League of Football team live on the air.
Okay, let's hear it.
This is crazy. This is like Okay, so your team, hold on, is the Vienna Vikings? Is that
Vienna Vikings, yes, the
Yeah,
Vienna Vikings, yeah.
Vienna Vikings, bro. Honestly, I mean, like, it's been a hard choice, ladies and gentlemen, and there's been a lot of thought that's gone into it, but I think I'm gonna have to choose my favorite team as the we're gonna go the Paris Musketeers.
The Paris Musketeers.
We're gonna do the Paris Musketeers.
When does the Vienna Vikings and the Paris Musketeers play?
I don't know. Is this gonna be the Daniel
The
Federico?
rivalry, the podcast rivalry right there.
All right, schedule. Let's see. So it doesn't show 2026 schedules yet, but
Oh,
they
it's slacking.
they played they played, what was that, 12/07/25. So that's
That's December 12/07. That's isn't that December?
no, it's
Oh, it's backwards. So what is that? August?
of July.
July.
July 12th, 2025, Vienna beats Paris 40-33 at the Stade Robert Boban.
There was 16 teams in this league last year. 7 of them from Germany. The
There used to be an
champions.
Italian team. I remember that.
Yeah, there used to be a champion, Italian team. Who has the most championships? I'm trying to look for this. The Vienna Vikings have 1 championship, 2 times runner-up. They've been in the dance 3 times.
They've been in the dance 3 times, eh?
They just lost last year to the Stuttgart Surge. Is that how you say it? I'm on
The
Wikipedia.
Stuttgart.
Stuttgart Surge. They lost 24-17. Close game. Just close game. 36,784 fans were in attendance. Ooh, ooh, dude, they got the fans out there. But I gotta find this out before we move on. Sorry to break. I think this is a great topic, actually.
This is a great topic.
This is an electric topic. I gotta go and find out this beef because I think there's another league called the it's the EFA, the European Football Alliance. That's what the other league is. Hey Siri, no, I'll just type it actually. Nope, don't get away. European Football Alliance.
European football.
Here it is. So it's the first year of the European League of Football, or the European Football Alliance, commonly known for the EFA, as the EFA. It has 7 teams. The teams are Frankfurt Galaxy, London Football Team, the Madrid Bravos, the Milan Football Team, the Munich Ravens. Oh, the Munich Ravens have a cool logo, by the way. If you want to Google that for a second, they have a sweet logo. The Nordic Storm. The Paris Musketeers are in the EFA this year, and
Let's
the
go.
Prague Lions and the Raiders Tyrol. See, yo, my Vienna Vikings beat your Paris Musketeers, and you guys had to leave the league. What a stamp.
So we won't be able.
We won't play you guys this year. Damn.
What if you were to pick a favorite team in the EFA and then I were to pick a favorite team in the
Okay.
League of Football?
Okay, I think I'm going to go my favorite team in the EFA. I'm going to go with, can I see who's coaches here? Do we have any like ex-NFL coaches here? Like, hey, let me see if I can do my let's see. Let's go to the Madrid Bravos and let's see who they're coached by. Dave Warner. Why do I feel like
Guess who our head coach is?
who?
Jack Del Rio.
Jack Del Rio is the Paris Musketeers head coach?
He's the Musketeers.
Yo, what? Like the Miami Dolphins ex-player? Like, was he the Raiders head coach too?
Yeah. He was the Raiders head coach from 2015 to 2017.
Where did he go after the Raiders? Was he the command? No, was he in Washington football team?
Yeah, for 4 seasons after that.
And then what did he do? Just go right to Paris right after?
After that, Jack Del Rio spends 1 season with Wisconsin, and and then basically goes to Paris.
He's the Paris Musketeers head coach. I want to let's see who the Prague Lions head coach is. Dave Warner. I just saw Dave Warner twice. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let me Yeah, I have Dave Warner as the head coach for the Madrid Bravos, and then I go to the Prague Lions. I have Dave Warner also the head coach. I think we got a little issue going on over here. But let's see who the Frankfurt got. Wow, cool uniforms from Frankfurt. Sweet uniforms. Their head coach is Bart Andrus. He used to be in the CFL for the Toronto Argos. You know what? I'm going to go. This coach, he used to be the coach for, he had a great, so he was the Philadelphia Stars, the Ottawa GG's quarterback coach. He was the Spring League head coach, St. Louis Rams offensive assistant, Tennessee Titans. He was the Amsterdam Admirals head coach. This guy has a crazy coaching resume. He started his coaching career with BYU as a graduate assistant. I think I'm going to go as my favorite team as the Frankfurt Galaxy. Go. What's their team name? Do they have like a chant?
Frankfurt Galaxy. I'm not sure. I'm sure if you looked up videos, there would be videos of the Frankfurt Galaxy.
100%. You know what? I think for the rest of this season, do they have a schedule of this EFA yet?
I doubt it because the ELF.
So actually, there's some news. As of November 26, 2025, so I don't know why I'm just seeing this, EFL and the EFA agreed to reunify European League American football. I don't know what that means. I hope this, I'm going to make a video of this, and just a whole video of this, and I hope it can just reach the right audience, and hopefully somebody can absolutely give us some knowledge on the American Football Alliance and American League of Football. But right now, I got, the Vienna Vikings, and I got the Frankfurt Galaxy. Who do you got in the Elves?
So
wait, first you got what? The Paris Musketeers and the EFA.
Yeah, the Paris Musketeers and the EFA, and then in the Elf, I was going to go for the Fehérvár and Throners.
What a name. What a name.
Crazy name. From Hungary. I can't even begin to pronounce the town that they're from, but it says they're actually going to be playing in the Austrian Football League in 2026.
Oh, so, in the Austrian Football League.
So that threw me for
a loop there. Yeah.
I decided to take my talents to Wrocław, Poland.
Okay, I like that.
For the Panthers, Wrocław.
Crazy name. Sweet names. These are actually, I think these are top tier names right here.
Bro, what you know about playing, like I know we play all these games, like we can play like these September games in beautiful Miami.
Yeah.
Rock Stadium, but what you know about an away day on a night at the Stadion Olimpijski?
Oh, come on. That's top tier right there. Oh, that's good. That's got to be beautiful. That's got to be beautiful right there.
Seats 11,000 people.
Prime.
That's prime.
11,000 passionate fans.
There's some wide disparities between how many people. Like, okay, so the Rain Fire in Dusseldorf, Germany, seat 31,514 people.
That's right. They're the best.
But you have two teams, the Berlin Thunder in the capital of Berlin, and the Prague Lions, who seat 3,000.
3,000?
3,000. So call it like a 28,000 person difference. And then you have various teams in the middle, Vienna Vikings.
What are we sitting at?
It's you guys actually have two listed stadiums.
See, we're like that.
You guys are like that. Apparently, you have two stadiums. What do you mean?
I mess with that, Dude, that's what the Milano team used to be called. The Milano Seamen.
And John Gruden used to work with them.
I actually, there's a coach that I'm pretty sure that I coached with this past year actually played on the Milano Seamen, I'm pretty sure. He played on one of the Italy's football teams. I could be totally mistaken. But yeah, John Gruden, right? The Milano Seamen.
John Gruden, and there were 5 former teams in the European League of Football.
Yeah, the Barcelona Dragons.
Well, that would be such a cool city to watch friggin' American football.
Istanbul Rams.
Istanbul Rams, Leipzig Kings.
Dude, there's an EFL All-Star game against the United States Federation of American Football. What is that? That happened in 2021. The United States Federation of American Football, they lost to the ELF All-Stars 26-8 in 2021 in attendance in Berlin, Germany. In attendance, 300 people showed up. Dude, I like this. This is that's 300 passionate football fans that went and tuned into that All-Star game. But I got to do a Google search on the United States Federation of American Football here.
Real quick,
Yeah.
do a search of the Prague Lions Stadium, FK Victoria Stadion, and tell me that doesn't look sick.
Prague Lions Stadium.
Yeah.
Wait, Stadion FK
Victoria.
Victoria Zikakov?
FK Victoria Stadion. Yeah,
Oh,
FK Victoria Ziskov, yeah.
Is this cough?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's sick, eh?
How many people sit that?
That's the small one, 3,327. So
Dude, that is a beautiful field.
So for the folks at home who maybe
You know
haven't,
what that kind of reminds me of? Like
What?
you see those European like Sunday leagues?
yeah,
This.
it's right in the middle of Prague. So one of the most beautiful cities in the world. This 3,000 seat American football stadium sits in Prague.
All right, we got to move on though. But before that, I actually have to go get the door, so I'll be back in like 2-3 minutes.
Let's do it.
All right, I'm just gonna pause this recording.
Yeah, it's raining.
All right, we're back. I had to go and take a 10-second break in the rain. So great. I'm out of breath. I was running. The heart's pumping now. But great conversation on the ELF and the European Football Alliance. We have to move though. Daniel, relax. NHL trade deadline. Sorry, what was that?
You're talking a million miles a minute, bud.
Yeah, I gotta calm down. NHL trade deadline is on the day of this recording is this afternoon when it comes out. We're gonna talk trades on Monday's episode. There was a couple trades that happened today I do not want to talk about. I want to save my full reaction for Monday's reaction. So tune in on Monday morning, 10 a.m. You're going to hear it all from me and Nick Tazio. But we got to talk about something here. Soccer, especially the EPL. Newcastle beats Manchester United 2-1. Man City ties Nottingham Forest 2-2. Chelsea wins a big game against Aston Villa 4-1 to take over the 5th spot, the Europa League spot. Arsenal extends their table lead with a win over Brighton 1-0. They're 7 points clear. The Tottenham Hotspurs. What do we think of Tottenham? What do we think of Tottenham? They're bad. They're really bad. They're almost. They might get relegated this.
They're probably going to get relegated. They lost to Palace today. So, I mean, like they're really, really, really bad, and things are like desperately in need of fixing because, Palace. They're a middle of the road team as well. Like if you look at the table, they're not very high, but. Man, Spurs are just like in need of getting out of that relegation zone. And what makes this even like more pressurizing for Spurs is West Ham beat Fulham, I think.
Yeah.
And so West Ham is also at the relegation zone. So West Ham is starting to separate from the other two. The last one I think is Burnley. So shout out JJ Watt. But
they're actually Wolves are in last place still, even though they beat. Yeah, even though they beat Liverpool, they're in last place with 16 points. Burnley is in second last place, the 19th spot with 19 points, and West Ham is 28th in the 18th spot with 28. Nottingham Forest 28 points, 17th spot. Tottenham 29 points in the 16th spot. I can't believe how you know how bad of a season you have to go. Like, I think it's a damn shame if they go down because Tottenham, they have a lot of rivalries just in the Prem. It's going to be really weird if they get relegated. I think they're going to just survive. I think they're going to finish 16th, 17th, where they are right now, and they're just going to survive because I hope they just survive.
I hope they survive. I think they might get relegated. I think they're really bad.
It would be very funny if they do, though, but it's going to suck for the Prem, to be honest.
Yeah, it's gonna suck for the Prem. It's gonna be a little bit funny watching championship teams pull up to like Tottenham Stadium.
Yeah,
And
like
it's
one of the most
massive.
beautiful stadium. Like
Yeah,
we're gonna see Southampton's not gonna get promoted. Wrexham has a chance of getting promoted, but the one team that is most like two teams that are most likely going to get um promoted, Middlesbrough and
is it Coventry?
Coventry
Yeah.
City. Um small clubs gonna get
Yeah.
promoted while we see Southampton still struggling, Derby County still struggling, Watford struggling this year, Hull City still struggling. Best story though, out of all English Premier League football tables and leagues is the Wrexham story though, eh?
Yeah.
Owned by
Yeah.
superstar celebrities and they're well right now they're in a playoff spot. They get promoted with 57 points. They're actually not having a bad year either. You know how usually you see this and like it's usually like I don't know, like some teams have like 14 losses and they're still in like the promotion phase. They're 15, 12, and 8. Like that's not bad. Like this is actually a tight promotion race in the championship.
Yeah, it is a tight promotion race in the championship. And Wrexham, of course, are playing a big FA Cup tie against Chelsea. Is that
Chelsea, up Chelsea on Saturday. That's actually is that Saturday? Yeah, I'm pretty yeah, it's Saturday. That's my spotlight game. I actually want to just put light on Chelsea versus Wrexham. Obviously, why I'm putting a spotlight on it is because Wrexham is probably one of the best stories in all of sports. I
Yeah.
know a lot of people are biased. Like we're in North America. We're gonna be biased to like hockey stories, basketball stories, football stories, but in all of sports, the Wrexham story coming from the lowest tier of soccer or the second lowest tier of soccer to the championship and having a chance to make it to the Prem, that has to be the best story in all of sports. And what happens if they can survive too in the Prem? Like I'm not talking about middle of the table. I'm still talking about low of the table. But if they can survive and get a bunch of years under or a couple of years under their belt in the Premier League, we're talking about historically the best story in all of sports.
Yeah, I mean, it's challenging what Indiana winning the national championship in football. So it's huge if Wrexham can make it to the Premier League. It's going to rival that of well, I mean, it probably Leicester City winning the thing is probably way bigger than Wrexham making it
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
because Leicester City that were like the odds were just completely and utterly stacked against them.
And
So.
Leicester City might get demoted from the championship this year.
Yeah, which is crazy because you know 10 years since didn't Leicester City win it in 2016
They won it 10 years ago, 2016, I'm pretty sure. Yep.
with Jamie Vardy.
Jamie Vardy, lad.
Jamie
And
Vardy.
My God, this name got me crazy. Sheffield Wednesday is also going to get demoted. They have one win. Oh my goodness. The crazy thing about the championship, the English championship, is one of the most like you can tune on like a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and they're playing one of the most physical games that I've seen in a long time. I think championship football, soccer is peak soccer. It's a
It's
great
good.
joy to watch.
It's good. It's good. It's probably almost as good as like Ligue 1 in France, because in France it's almost, except this year in France they have Lens is fighting hard with PSG.
Yeah, love to see that because it's usually just a one-horse race right there.
It always is. It always is. But Sheffield Wednesday, I think I have a funny stat, so you can fact check me on this, but they're actually already relegated.
Oh
So
yeah,
they
mathematically because they have actually negative 7 Oh, because I forgot about that. The penalty?
yeah,
I totally forgot about that. They have negative 7 points.
and they have it, and they marked the earliest relegation in English soccer history.
Wow.
So
Sheffield
we're
Wednesday,
not.
man. Have fun in League One.
Yeah, it's League One. That's what it would be.
Have fun. Leicester City's gonna be where would Leicester City? I thought after they won that Premier League that they were gonna be in the Premier League for the rest of time.
Where is Luton? Is Luton in the championship?
Luton is I don't see Luton here.
Then they're in League One. So Luton were in the Prem only a couple seasons ago too.
They must be in League One because I don't see Luton here. Stoke City, bro. Like these clubs, I would love to see Wrexham in the Prem, but over that, I think I would absolutely love to see Stoke City back in the Premier League.
Cold night in Stoke.
A cold night in Stoke, a cold, breezy night in Stoke,
Oh man, but
and
yeah,
like maybe a little snow if it's like February or no, it's like a late December game, and like Liverpool has to go to Stoke, and it's just a blizzard.
it's just a blizzard, and you just solid drifting through the snow.
Just grinding with like an orange soccer ball just because you can't see any other ball throughout the snow.
Or
Like,
it's Arsenal going and Gyökeres just bottling shots.
do you remember the championship for the Canadian Premier League this year?
No, I don't. What was it
It
again?
was an absolute snow. It was an absolute blizzard in Ottawa.
Okay, so it was Ottawa. Is the Ottawa United?
It was Ottawa. It's like that. They're actually called Atletico Ottawa, I think.
Atletico Ottawa.
Yeah, but like, dude, you never even seen like clips of the game.
No, I did not.
Dude, go on your computer right now, search up the 2025 CPL final. Blizzard, blizzard, blizzard. Dude, it was on Fox Sports, and I was just watching that. I go, how do you not call that game? Like, that's the worst conditions to play any sport in. Buffalo
Shout
would have
out.
relocated that game to Detroit.
Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, that's cold.
But like, it was cool to watch. But playing in that weather must be. Imagine losing a final in that weather, man. Like, your tears are frozen.
Shout out another awesome league, the Scottish
The
Premiership.
Scottish Premier League, or yeah, Premiership, Premiership.
I think it's Premiership.
Yeah, I think it's Premiership or Premiership. Yeah, I'm saying different names.
Is
It's Premiership, I think. I don't know. But the Scottish League is like, doesn't a Canadian national player play in that league, or is it the Ireland League? Swear,
there was a Scottish league on like Celtic or Rangers or
yeah, it's
something.
Celtic. I swear there's a player from the Canadian national team on Celtic.
It's probably Celtic.
Let's Google that. Let's a quick Google. You actually want to Google that?
I'll Google it.
Because then we got to go into Actually, as you Google this, wait till I finish. Then you can say who is actually on that team, or I could be totally wrong. Matches to look out for that I'm excited for in the Premier League this year. This is so we're gonna go in the last segments we're gonna be watching this weekend. But this one, I just want to highlight it's an FA Cup weekend in the EPL. We got Liverpool versus Wolverhampton tomorrow. In the FA Cup, Liverpool literally just lost them in a terrible way a couple days ago. Now we have to play against them in the FA Cup. Just lost them on Tuesday. We got Arsenal, Mansfield Town. Arsenal is probably going to kill them. Chelsea, Wrexham. That's my spotlight game. Man City, Newcastle. That's a fantastic game. All FA Cup matches. They're Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City games happening on Saturday. Liverpool, Wolverhampton on a Friday afternoon. So tomorrow, or today in the afternoon. This afternoon.
Yeah.
Did you end up Googling it?
Yes. So it is Alistair Johnston.
Yeah, bro, he's the starter on the team. I knew it.
He's the starting right back.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's the starting right back for the Canadian national team. So yeah, he plays for Celtic.
I knew it. Knew it. But let's go into the last segment of the day of this episode. Fantastic first week. We're gonna be back next week. But Nick, I wanna hear what you're watching this weekend.
So I got 5 options here.
Love
and
it.
in no particular order, and little explanations for each. So we got Wrexham and Chelsea, just because the possibilities for chaos, like in terms of the storylines, are endless. I know it doesn't really mean much because it's not like a league game for Wrexham, which is like what they're hoping to win so they can go and get promoted. And Chelsea, they still got Champions League and all that. But I have the Buffalo Sabres versus the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Big matchup.
I'm all in on the Buffalo Sabres, and
I agree with you. They made it. They attempted to make a trade yesterday for Parenko, and then that trade got. So Parenko actually has a no trade clause. He didn't waive it for the Buffalo Sabres. That was gonna add so much. That was gonna add so much firepower to that blue line for Buffalo. Sucks the deal didn't end up happening, but I'm all in on Buffalo, man. Dude, they're good. Tage Thompson, bro. I'm a big fan of that guy.
They're really good. Tage Thompson is so good, gold medal winner. They're only 2 points behind Tampa in the Atlantic, so it's a huge game for them this weekend.
Damn.
College basketball, shift to college basketball for a sec. Obviously, Duke, North Carolina.
I have that also.
It's the marquee matchup. And then a couple soccer ones. Both of them are Serie A. Even though the title race is wrapped up, Inter has won it. Inter is playing AC Milan this weekend. That's a huge rivalry game. Derby, as the English pronounce it. So as a Napoli fan, even though I'm wearing a Juventus hat,
Traitor.
Yeah, shut up, haters. We wear general sports merch on this show. We rock.
Let's go Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
We walk. Well, you're an Irish fan.
Yep.
Yeah, but you're not an Arsenal fan.
I'm not. But look how nice that jersey is. My brother got me this when he was in England. Dude, look at that. Overmars, man.
Mark Overmars. Oh my God, bro. Look at that. Mark Overmars. One of the best Dutch wingers to ever live. Just one of the blazing speed. Played it.
Struggling putting it up here, but yeah, let's go right in here. And, also, not the Japan national team fan, but beautiful jersey.
That's sick. And yeah, so as a Napoli fan, I'm interested to see what can happen. I'm hoping for Champions League next year, so we got to stay in the top 4. And then my last one is Napoli playing Torino, because we need consistent play to stay in the top 4. And if Milan lose, that's going to make it damn interesting to go to number 2. We have so many injuries. That's just our thing.
I really like those. I'm probably going to tune in on those too. But I got 3 games. Well, actually, I had 4, but you already said it. UNC and Duke at 6:30 on Saturday. That's a tremendous game. But I also have another basketball game, Tennessee versus Vanderbilt. Tennessee versus Vanderbilt at 2 p.m. on Saturday. That's a matchup, a top 25 matchup right there. I'm just trying to look up their rankings. We got Vanderbilt 24th and Tennessee 23rd ranking. Vanderbilt is my first game to watch this weekend. And then I have in hockey the New York Islanders taking on the San Jose Sharks. Ooh. Schaefer versus Macklin Celebrini at 10 p.m. That's going to be a tremendous one. And then another match I have to watch is World Baseball Classic is here. Team Canada taking on Colombia on Saturday at 11 a.m. And then the United States versus Great Britain at 8 p.m. on Saturday. The World Baseball Classic is here. March Madness is approaching. We got conference tournament play heating up or starting this weekend and going into the week. And we got hockey in full swing. The trade deadline is today, this afternoon, when this is uploaded. I just gotta keep on reminding myself that it actually comes out tomorrow morning. So this afternoon we got Prem Soccer Champions League. All 4 major leagues are in full swing, coming down to the top 4 finishes in all major sports or in all major leagues, 4 major leagues. And Nick,
Good.
are you tuning in on the World Baseball Classic?
I had a game on the TV today just while I was doing stuff around the house. And it was South Korea versus
Oh, the 10
Czechia.
a.m. game? Yeah, Czechia.
Yeah, the 10 a.m. And South Korea just dominated the whole game. I came inside and it was like 11-3 in the bottom of the eighth. So I'm looking at keeping an eye on it. I will keep more of an eye on it if the U.S. gets upset because I know they're the odds-on favorite, and Japan won it last time, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so Japan won it last time, and I know the Dominican Republic, usually just a treasure trove for great baseball players.
Yeah.
If they make it interesting, that'd be really cool to kind of see them take the mantle from the Japanese. But everybody kind of considers the Americans, as they should, the best country in terms of baseball. So I'll be tuning in.
It's the classic for a reason. The World Baseball Classic just kicked off. Full matches, full slate of matches on Saturday. Canada, Colombia, United States, Great Britain. I'm Daniel Federico. That's Nick Tazio. This is the Daniel Federico Show. We'll see you guys again on Monday. Ciao.
Oh.